Have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? And we're just waiting in line to wake up? And most people think I'm insane. Once you realize that all the shit you used to care so much about just keeps you a prisoner of your own mind.
V&O, what you know? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Let me get all my, what they call it, paying the bills. Let me go pay these bills real quick. Y'all check this out.
Yo, V&O, what you know? I tell you what I know. Vanika Henderson of Heritage Real Estate is the top realtor in the Northwest Indiana region. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, Vanika can and will accommodate all of your needs. Give her a call today at 219-525-4018. Also, you can check her out on all major social media platforms. Just search Heritage Real Estate. Please do not sit on this opportunity to work with the best. Contact her today, 219-525-4018.
And I got one more for you. My guys, man, over at Shop Talk. By the way, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? Look, bro, what's up, man?
What's going on,
It's all good, man. Look, I met this guy, man, at Shop Talk, man. Shop Talk is the hub for it's like the hub for networking. And I met you and your cousin, man, Henny on the Rocks.
Yes,
and
sir.
then I heard the music, and I was like, oh, I gotta have him on. We gotta connect, man. I'll be going stealing guests all the time from Shop Talk, man, because the dude is they raw, man. Him and his cousin Henny on the Rocks, bro. Raw with the lyrics, man. Raw with the lyrics.
We appreciate you, bro.
Man,
Definitely.
bro, I got to,
Listening,
I got to, man. Y'all are raw with the lyrics, bro, and y'all really, you inspire me. It's so much I want to say about you, and let me get that out of the way so I could go ahead and let you talk. First of all, man, you are so professional, bro. Like just on a whole different level. It was some cats that I met. It's people that I've met. You said that you've met some people, man, that are kind of like, they high up there,
Yeah.
and you notice certain things about them. These people, people that are successful, they on time. You know what I mean? Which I still have a problem with that, man. It's not that I don't value it. Sometimes I'll be trying to take over the world every day.
Yeah. Straight pinky and brain mode.
Yeah, right.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That, man, you are respectful, man. Just a good dude, man. I could feel the vibe. I get these vibes most of the time, man. When I get that vibe, if somebody's trashy, a lot of times I'll just push it to the back, but more than likely, man, it'll come out. I didn't get that from y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to judge people. Maybe I might be wrong, but man, bro, you came. I had to hurry up to make sure I beat you here, man. And bro, I tell you what, man. after you see all of that, I was like, let me hurry up and grab him, man, because 2025 he ain't gonna be here.
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
y'all gonna
Thank
be
you.
able to be like, Cypher, man. We all know, man. I'm in California. I'm in Houston. I'm in
Yeah.
LA. You know, I'm in New York, bro. I ain't in town. And I said, let me get them, man, because they about to look, man. Those you of what I call a rocket ship, bro. Y'all about to be gone.
I appreciate it,
Y'all
man.
about to be gone. My girl that just came through, man. You always say what's up to everybody else. I thought we had, like, I know I only met you a couple times. What's up, Cash Go Crazy? You are coming on this show, just in case you didn't know.
What's up, it girl?
At some point in time, man,
I
you,
love you,
Trosh, all of y'all, man, y'all coming on Treble, man. Y'all gonna be on here at some point in time, and hopefully I catch y'all before y'all hit the stratosphere, because y'all on your way too.
Oh yeah, salute, man. Salute
Man.
to all the Chicago independent artists that I consider family. We out here working and we making our dreams a reality. That's what it's about. I appreciate you saying that I inspired you, because
Yeah.
that's what I do this for. It's not just for me. It's to motivate other creatives, to just motivate other human beings in general to pursue their dreams and just shoot for the stars, man.
Yeah.
Like what you got to lose? Shoot for the stars.
What you
man.
got to lose,
Stand
man?
on business. Let's get it.
Matter of fact, if you fall flat on your face, man, you learned a lesson. Get up and do it again.
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
failure is great.
That ain't never stopped us when we was kids. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? We fall off the jungle gym. We ain't never go to the playground again. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on, bro. You know, it is what it is.
That's a great metaphor, man.
Keep it going, man.
Right. Well, I'm talking to Cyphersick, so of course it's a great metaphor.
But I mean, yeah, I love my metaphors,
Yeah.
similes.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
double, triple entendres. Like,
Yeah.
I love making my audience have to decipher what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's for the people who don't initially connect to it. The people who automatically connect to it, they don't even have to decipher it. It's on the sleeve for them. You know what I'm saying? It's on the sleeve.
Right. No doubt, man. No doubt. So who is Cyphersick, man? Like Monix got on me because this is how I always start my shows, but I love the conversation that comes from it. I'll never stop asking that question.
Yeah.
Who are you? What's your bro? I don't even know your real name.
Oh yeah, no, my real name is. It's a lot of people do know it though, but like my real name is Bishop, but that's my last name. Just everybody, my hood was kind of like militant in the sense that it was a lot of people who had the same name, so we used to go by last names.
Okay.
So my first name is Brandon.
Oh, okay,
so Brandon. But everybody was like, it was so many Brandons in the hood. They was like, we just gonna call all y'all by your last name.
Yeah, that's like Suburban John, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So Bishop was what most people from the neighborhood or who knew me growing up as just a regular guy, even before music, they know me by that name.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the Bishop chest piece tattoo on my arm. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a dangerous name, man. You got to allow me, because we came up in the era. I know I came up in the era of Juice, man. So
hey, Juice, one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Man. But the thing about the difference between that Bishop and this Bishop is I would never betray my friends.
Yes.
I had that type of anger. I had that type of temperament. I was in a lot of those same situations that they presented in that movie, but I would never turn on my friends. Like loyalty is like of the utmost importance to me.
Right.
It's like one of the main things that that's like my moral compass is built around that.
Yeah.
But it's a line too. I want to let everybody watching know it's a thin line between loyalty and stupidity. So you have to be loyal to yourself and love yourself in order for you to know what it's like to do that for other people.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bars.
Always bars.
Bars, man. I'm gonna try not to cry on this one. I told him I work a very manly job, so sometimes I might drop a couple tears on this show, man. But this is
cool.
mine. So
it's tears of joy. It's the best tears ever.
It is, man. It is. Most of the time, it is. It is. So what was your upbringing, man? Where did you grow up at?
I grew up on the south side of Chicago, more specifically the lower southeast side, which we call the low end. You know what I'm saying? Because we right by the lake. That state to the lakefront. Yeah. The main part I grew up in was in the 40s between 41st and 43rd Street.
Oh, okay.
So the block I grew up on was a set called the Gun Line.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then the school I went to was on 43rd and Drexel on the Ave.
Okay.
So I grew up literally on the blocks outside of the projects.
Right.
Right outside the high-rise buildings that were on Lake Park.
Okay.
So
I know where you at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You on the east side, you right, like you said, right by the lake. Okay.
Literally right by the lake. The lake was always a 5-minute walk for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From the crib. So I remember when they detonated the projects, I remember it shook the whole neighborhood like an earthquake. I thought we was having an earthquake in Chicago.
Really?
So and I remember just the dust cloud coming through the hood. You'd have thought it was something out of a movie, you know?
Right.
And then I remember like how all of the elements that was contained in those buildings kind of flooded into the blocks.
Yeah.
Once those buildings was gone, all the activity came even more so on the block. So I grew up down there, 43rd, Cottage Grove to the lakefront specifically, but I done been everywhere in the low end. I done been in 35th, 39th,
Yeah.
51st.
Yeah.
I've been all through the low end, every hood you could be in. And that's from different, like doing different things in school,
Yeah.
with sporting events,
Yeah.
music events,
Yeah.
academic stuff in general, and just being in the hood, you know, just being a kid in the hood, hanging out, going to parties, and just living life, man. So growing up down there was it was different, because I came up in the era where it was still a little structure to like the gang life.
Yeah.
But it was deteriorating fast, rapidly.
Yeah.
So I kind of, you know, when I got introduced to the gang life, it was still structured to it, but then I saw how it kind of became the Wild Wild West.
Right.
So I was just kind of caught up in that vacuum and just trying to plant my feet and find my way through, you know, life's trials and tribulations during that time.
What was the primary set over there, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, no, the primary set over there, I mean, like, well, for the most part, the thing that's crazy about the low end is that it's very similar to California. So I don't know, like, if anybody watching live has been to California, but like they bang sets and blocks like real hard, to where it could be a 2-3 block difference on the same street, and that's a different set. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how the low end was set up. Like we have all through the 40s, there's multiple different gang sets on different blocks. Drexel will be a different set. Ellis will be a different set. Cottage Grove was kind of like Switzerland. It was neutral ground. Everybody was free to come there because that was the drug zone. That's what everybody came to hustle at.
Okay.
So usually it wouldn't be too much action right there. And if it was going to be a problem, because there was still people that would enforce that at that time.
Right.
But the main, I mean, it's mostly GDs over there. Like that's the biggest gang over there is like G's, and the second one would be like the Black P Stones the most.
Okay.
So those like the two main ones I grew up around. But if you go a little further west towards King Drive, that's, you know, you got Mafia Insanes down there. And then you had like other sets of GDs that had like their own thing against other GDs, like the Jig Dogs and the Sunshine Boys. Like I'm talking about, this was crazy. It was like the Warriors. You ever seen the movie Warriors?
Yes.
Like that's what the low end was like.
Right.
That movie, we relate to that movie because we had that experience. Like you be in different parts of the city. Right, Warriors gotta assemble. So you be in different parts of the city, and you expect that. Like if I go to Inglewood, I'm not from here, so I know it might be some action over here. But to come out your house and then go 3 blocks west or east of where you live, and it's a completely different group of people that live in the same neighborhood, technically, that you got to be a warrior. That's a different mentality every day. I done came out the house and never expected to come back some days.
Wow. Man.
So it was just, it was definitely different growing up down there, man. But it taught me a lot, though, because I feel like I learned how to be a survivor because of that.
Yes.
Like I learned how to think ahead of my enemy.
Yes.
You know, to be smarter than my enemy, because other than that, they were going to catch us slipping anytime they could.
Yeah.
And then when I had an opportunity to kind of branch out of the gang life and do something else, it was when I found music.
Right.
You know, me being in the studio kept me off the block. Being in the studio kept me, you know, off the set. So a lot of times things would go down. I was one of the first people would call because I was a hothead.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was one of the friends they called me like, oh, okay, yeah, well, let's do it, you know. But that's having this outlet, I was able to put that anger into something more constructive. And then it actually inspired my homies to do the same thing. Like, so even the ones that didn't pursue music, like we all started to kind of like trying to distance ourselves from the streets. Like you it's kind of this blood in and blood out. You never really out of it. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like it's a such thing as being an inactive member. Yeah. Like it's like, I'm still a member, but it's like I'm not, whatever they got going on, like I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't busting nobody's heads right now. I'm trying to live my life and enjoy this life now.
Yeah, and you want to see them live their life and enjoy it, you know, too. We grown men now.
Yeah.
I'm always intrigued, man, because I grew up on a different side. I grew up on the side where I grew up in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people that, you know, I'm like, you know, man, I don't want no smoke, man. I grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah.
But I'm an advocate of that life. I let people know, man, I had a lot of friends that don't look like us. Yeah. And, you know, everybody got something to say about it. You know what I mean? All these thugs, this. Like, bro, if you grow up in animal kingdom, you're going to be an animal, man. Like,
exactly.
Bro, like, what if you're forced into this predicament just to survive, man, you're going to do what you got to do to survive. You know what I mean? Thank God you saved your life with music and probably saved some other people's lives too, man. But
hip-hop
like,
saved us, man.
People do hearing these stories, they intrigue me because it helps me understand it better. But I was an advocate before I hear the stories because I understand. I'm an empath. I'm empathetic to it. You know what I mean? I put myself in that place. I could never fully put myself in that place.
Yeah,
but I'll put myself in that thought process to say, yeah, I understand why it's like this, man. And I understand why the riots was happening and all of this stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
you know what
me
I'm
too.
saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, bro. Like I it intrigues me, man. I'm glad that you made it out, man. I'm not sorry that you had to live that experience, because we got this great, rapper out of it, man. We got a
Hey,
great person out of it. You
I'm
know
not
what I mean?
sorry either. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I could do it all over again, I'll do it the exact same way.
Yeah, ain't no take backs in life.
Yeah,
No.
and the main reason I say that is because, like you said, it made character.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
So to be who I am today and be able to stand on business the way I do, it's only because of the experiences that I've had. But it's also because I was willing to learn from them.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the key. Like we can go through a lot of stuff in this life, and we just kind of we'll have a failure or something, like we'll have a tragedy in our life, and we'll just kind of like suck it up and keep it going. Especially men.
Yeah.
You know, especially men, we'll just suck it up because that's what society tells us to do.
Yeah.
But instead, we have to pick the gem out of there. There's a lesson in each one of those bad experiences.
Yes.
And I mean, we human. So like how you saying, like you might cry on the show. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a human response, man. Men should be able to cry tears of joy, tears of pain, all of that, because we need to have the ability to tap into our emotions, but do it on our own terms.
Yes.
I feel like society try to play with our emotions too much on what men should and shouldn't do. So that's a whole nother thing.
Bro, that's a whole nother thing, man. People really are defining, people out here getting men killed, man, by defining manhood. People that's not men.
Yeah.
don't get my toxic butt started, man. But like, it's like literally. What's up, Ro? What's up, Ro? Everybody in the Smooch Wallace, man. What's up, my guy, man? Y'all check out Netflix and chill over on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. People really they really are trying to define men, bro. And hearing you talk, bro, you are so intelligent, man. Like I said, I listened to you and Henny talk, man, on Shop Talk, and you were talking about that traumatic experience and how you channeled your anger. So at 14, man, how did you figure out, like, you could have done anything? How did you figure out that who introduced you to a microphone, to the studio, to, was it vinyl at the time? It was CDs at the time.
It was CDs at the time.
CDs at the time. Yeah.
So it's funny you say, like, honestly, the people that introduced me to it was my friends first.
Okay.
Like my homies that I grew up with, my homie Kevin, my homie Trill, because they rapped before me. Okay. They had been rapping probably like since they were like 8 years old.
Wow.
So they were early, and they were into it a little bit earlier just because the households they grew up in.
Yeah.
So being in school with them, I would just help them like do, like little choruses and hooks every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Because I still had I was musically inclined from just being around it, going to a performing arts school growing up.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I went to Price right on 43rd and Drexel.
Okay.
And that's a performing arts school. So I was in like drama class, music class. I used to play the saxophone, tenor saxophone. Like, so I've always been around music, and I grew up in church.
Oh, okay.
So growing up in church, you know what I'm saying, that was a big part of the orchestration of that too.
Yeah.
So just I would help them with little ideas and stuff like that. But I never had wrote my own verse. I had never done a freestyle, none of that.
Yeah.
Then a few years later, my sister, Patrice, she ended up, he ended up being her husband, but he was her boyfriend at the time. He was like this prolific MC. His artist name was Jay Alias. Man, but that's my brother Baco, man. Salute to Baco, man. He just put them rhymes in front of me, and he would just put on beats sometimes and rap stuff that he wrote to those beats. And the other times he would just freestyle, and it was crazy. Like the stuff I was hearing him say, I'm like, this is nuts. So you combine those two experiences with my sister giving me my first two CDs ever. Was the Marshall Mathers EP, I want to say it was. Eminem.
Yeah.
Salute to Shady, man. And then it was DMX, The Great Depression.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So, man, like I listened to those albums, and the crazy thing, since I was an angry 14-year-old kid, well, I was probably like a little bit, it was probably like 12 when I had these albums. So it was before I was even 14. But when I had these albums, I'm listening to DMX and Eminem, and I'm hearing them say stuff in their bars that was like stuff I had thought about.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I ain't never met these guys. They ain't never met me. They don't know me. You're from a completely different part of the world than them.
Mm-hmm.
But they are saying things that I'm thinking in my head that I've never told anyone. I haven't told my parents this.
Yeah.
I haven't told my friends this. I'm just having these darker thoughts in my own mind.
Such as?
Like just, like thoughts of suicide for one. Yeah. Because like I'm a suicide survivor. So I had been like honestly suicidal probably since the age of probably 8 before I even really knew what it was.
Let me stop you right there. V&O, what you know, we are ordinary people with extraordinary stories, and this is why I have people on. This right here can save somebody's life.
No, for sure.
Proceed.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm a big advocate for that because, like, I'm grateful for having that experience too, because even though it's a terrible thing to want to end yourself or, delete yourself, but going through that experience is humbling because once you can get to the other side of it and realize, it makes you appreciate life. So I appreciated my life so much more. But at that time, I hadn't learned those lessons yet. So I was just an angry kid that, you know, I felt like I came from a similar situation of a lot of people, semi-broken home. I had a good home, but, you know, my father wasn't in the picture as much. He was kind of absentee. My mom, she had her own like issues and demons she was fighting. So my grandma raised me mostly. Then I lost my mom early. She died when I was like 9, and then it was just me and my grandma and my aunties. And then I just started to watch like the matriarchs and patriarchs and like elders of my family just die off because I was the baby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I was the youngest person on period. You know what I'm saying? I was the baby. So I just started to watch my family like fade away.
And everybody was older than you?
Yeah, I got all bigger, older cousins. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Henny like my only cousin that we're the same age.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All of my cousins are older than me. So I was the baby. And yeah, just watching that happen, I was angry all the time. Like probably angry for stuff I didn't even understand at that time. Yeah. But listening to those 2 albums, it gave me an outlet because I'm like, wow, somebody else knows how I feel or somebody else relates to how I feel. And this is a guy who has a voice that's reaching millions of people.
Yeah.
I'm just here in my city, in my household. Yeah. He's reaching millions of people. He just reached me. They just reached me. So that's what kind of like sparked that fire. On top of all those other elements I mentioned, like all of those things kind of came together and culminated into me saying like, man, I got to do this. Yeah. And I felt like I could. Like I felt like I had the ability to create, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, one day right before high school, right before my freshman year, I sat down and I wrote my first 16 bars. I just gave it a shot.
Really?
Like, just literally sat there. I had never tried to write a rap before.
Really? Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I can do poetry. Yeah. I can write stories. I done watched all of these cats, my brothers and my friends do this for years. Let me give it a shot. And I sat down and I wrote it and I never stopped. Where I am today started from that dining room table. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what got me into the studio too, was just that was how I was exercising my demons. Yeah. And I've been in therapy. I have an actual therapist now. I've been in therapy for like 3, almost 4 years now. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for that time.
Yeah, bro.
But before that, before I had the means to provide that for myself, the studio was therapy. Man.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm an advocate, bro. I'm an advocate of that, especially for Black men, bro. We've been through so much. I went through from the other side. You know what I mean? You experienced racism, probably unbeknownst to you at 14. I knew I was going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I knew I was, and now I understand it even better, being broken down, you know, as I got older, of like, I went through a period where I was like, I didn't even know it, but I hated myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why do I have to use a brush and all y'all get to use a comb? And they was getting questioned about it. Yeah. You know, why do I have to look like this, man? As pretty as I am. I was questioning it, man. I was like, I lift myself up like that now. It's not arrogance, y'all. I'm just saying, like,
it's self-love.
Yeah, it's self-love, man. But I was young, man, and I was questioning, like, you know, I didn't like myself. You know what I mean? And it was growing up on that side for me. And you know, I'm always intrigued by hearing the other side. I really had to ask people, man, because here, let me finish my statement. I had to ask Black men, especially at this age, like, why would you want to inspire another man that looks like you? Because I was always excited when I saw other people that looked like me, because I wasn't in an environment. I was in an environment where, you know, people didn't look like me, and sometimes it felt like I was alone. Yeah, so, I see that. Yeah, so like I asked. I think the best explanation I ever got was from my guy who is this dude is what do you call it? He's just different. Yeah, he's different. This dude got dreadlocks. He wears shorts in the winter. He is also a therapist. He was a gangbanger back in the day. He opened a school now. Like, you know, this not an oxymoron, but I forget the word that I'm looking for.
He's an anomaly.
Anomaly. Thank you. That's the exact word I'm looking for. I'm listening. I'm with a wordplay guy, man. But he was an anomaly, bro. And I asked him. I was like, you know, because he grew up that lifestyle, and I said, man, why? I don't understand why you look another Black man in the face and you wanna put a bullet in his head, or you know. And he was like, bro, it's self-harm. He said it's just self-harm on a macro level. Yeah. You know, he said it's you see somebody, you don't even like yourself, man. You don't like your experience that you're going through. You see somebody else broken Black, you wanna inspire them. You know?
Yeah. I mean, no, I agree with that because I used to hate myself too. Like that was the reason why I wanted to, you know, take myself out the game. You know, it was many nights that, and a lot of people don't know this too. So I'm gonna say this is an exclusive for you. Like when I do that hand symbol that I do in my pictures a lot like that, it's symbolic because it's symbolic of two things. One is symbolic of the block I grew up on. Like I said, that was the gun line. The other thing that is symbolic of is how many nights I thought about blowing my brains out, you know, and never did it, you know. And then when I did attempt other things, like it still sits with me to this day that it's like I was so angry at everything about me because I was like, why do certain people have their whole family and I don't? Why did we grow up down here by the projects? You know, why do we you know, suffer certain things? I didn't see other people suffer. So once you see so much pain, you turn inward. It turns inward, and then you also do it externally because you want to see other people suffer too. So I think that's another reason why a lot of black on black, you know, violence or crime, if that's what you want to call it, happens, is because a lot of times, man, we want to spread misery loves company.
Yeah,
basically.
misery loves company.
So if I'm miserable, if I hate my life, I hate my existence,
Yeah.
I want someone else to feel that, because to walk around carrying that weight all day, every day, it's tough, and it breaks lesser men. You know, it breaks lesser women. You know, it's crazy. So I think I think that's one of the biggest reasons why therapy and self-love and self-care is so important. Because we have to recharge our batteries, because it's easy. All it takes is one bad day for you to want to end yourself. If enough bad stuff happened to you, you could have never thought about, because I've seen it happen before to people I love. Like they never ever showed any signs of any kind, because there are signs of people.
That's how it always happened, though,
they never showed signs of it, and then out the blue, you know what I'm saying?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you've had people that have done that around you.
Yeah, I mean, and Henny, you know what I'm saying? Even Henny had experience. One of his close friends did it in front of him.
What?
And, you know, so that haunts him to this day, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, it's all about having a support system too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when he went through that was a tough time. And, you know, so that's one of my closest friends. So I had to like console him. And continue to, you know, help him get through and process that the way he had to. Because that was like a real good friend of his. So, yeah, I mean, like we've seen a lot of things, man, just growing up on different sides, like the street level, the drug addict level, you know what I'm saying? Having those people in our family, and I mean, even partaking in feeding that animal, because, you know, we grew up in the drug zone, so we couldn't get jobs. So we employed ourselves with the drug dealers, you know, and then and that sat with me, because I remember the first time that I had a customer that didn't look like a customer. You know, you could tell when a person looked like a drug addict. This person was a normal person. It was a normal lady.
Really?
It was an African lady, man. And she was like beautiful, gorgeous, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that she was coming up to us in the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? We teenagers at this point. We probably like 16, 17 at this point. And this lady was probably like in her early or mid 20s, and she coming up to us to buy drugs. Like it blew my mind. Like I still have her face burned in my mind to this day. I can never forget what she looked like, because, and I don't remember what none of them other people looked like, but I remember what she looked like, just because I never expected to see that. And then after that, I started to see like people, grandparents started shopping with us. Like it was weird, man. So like I've had a lot of really obscure, strange experiences that kind of give me the outlook on life that I have.
So. Your lyrics are kind of, it's not a heavy dark, it's almost a explanation darkness. So it's not, you know what I mean? When I listen, like your Christmas song you did,
it was
almost funny to me, man, because it was like, I was listening to it, I was like, damn, this is but it wasn't like depressing dark, you know what I mean? It was
just real.
It was real, man. It was real. What was, can you recite like some of the lyrics?
Black Christmas, I could give you some of the chorus. I was like, Black Christmas, bag full of stolen goods, something like the Grinches, keep quiet all season, we don't honor snitches, wonder whose blood it is on my sweater stitching, Lord is my witness, you know what I'm saying? So, and I could break that down, like when I wrote that chorus, that was about how like we also grew up in the culture of robbery. You know what I'm saying? So I've been misguided and really poor at some points in my life. And like you said, now I want to take from another black man when obviously we live in the same hood, same situation, but whatever, you know how it go. And then when you in the drug trade, that also becomes a thing, because they're stick-up boys. Like that's their job, is to rob the drug dealers. So then the drug dealers start trying to get in on that game too. So we done did some stupid stuff in the past, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, because when I said the Grinch line, is because the Grinch was like, so he wasn't even heartless. His heart had just shrunk and it got small, right? Because how he was mistreated as a kid by the other whoos. I was that alienated kid. Like, me like growing up, I was always smart.
Yeah.
But it was like when I was in that school with a lot of these kids from the projects and from, you know, these other houses that didn't necessarily prioritize education.
Yeah.
They would look at me like I thought I was better than them.
Right.
I just wanted to be their friends. We all living in the same,
Right.
like we all in this
Right.
same, we got the same, you know, broken bottles and needles and everything.
Yeah.
Like we're in the same
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
But because I'm good in school and you not, or I'm applying myself more to you,
They
I
just
became,
looking,
they looked at me like I was like something, like I was an alien.
Right.
So I felt
Right.
alienated, and I
Right.
felt like people who I wanted to love me hated me just because of how I was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why I was like that. I
Yeah.
didn't know why I liked to read and why I liked to write. Like that's just naturally who I was.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
family that I did have, they nurtured that. My grandmother nurtured that.
That's
So,
dope, man. That she did that. You know, I've heard that narrative talked about, man. Because you did say you was in band, so it's like, bro, you was going from, you know, you put the tuba away and then go out and sell dope. You know
yeah, right. It's crazy, right?
Right.
Literally, you put down
Right.
the instrument and you go out and you
Right.
start,
Let me-
you know,
let me
cooking.
tuck
Like
this under here.
it's crazy,
You know, I gotta
man.
go make this money. I'll be back to practice later.
Right. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I done seen people on the football team do it, people who play basketball do it.
Yeah.
And it's like you trying to juggle two different lives. And most people find it almost hard to believe. I'll never forget when I was in school one day. And this was back in high school. I went to Dunbar.
Okay.
Down on 30th and King Drive, 31st King Drive.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. It was these girls that they thought I was just like trying to be cool or whatever, saying I was one of the GDs and doing whatever, like, you know, just trying to front for them.
Yeah.
But then when we got out of school and they was on the 4 bus, on the Cottage Grove bus,
Yeah.
they came past Cottage Grove and seen me
On the
outside
block.
with all the known drug
Right.
dealers, and it was just like you could just see them out the window, like, you know. And I'm just like, man, look, it's not something like I'm super proud of, but it's a part of my story. It's a part of my narrative.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of times people can't believe that two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
I can be a person who likes anime and comic books and also be someone who will strangle you to death.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I can be somebody who, you know, works in corporate America and also be an aspiring hip hop artist.
Yes.
Like two things can't exist at the same time.
This is why, man, me and you had to talk about like just the simplicity of human thinking at times. And this is why I do this show, man. First of all, bro, because I feed from you guys' stories.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through it's not a terrible time in life, but it's just, you know, it's very challenging.
Yeah, life. Life is
life. And that's my saying. Yeah, life is life, and boy. And so I do this show, man. It is really, I want to say it's probably saved my life. People that I've gone to church with probably look at these shows like my buddy. I couldn't even answer him because it's such a deep explanation. I didn't even want to go into it.
Yeah.
You know, I was in a very strict church, and I had to get away from that because people don't even understand. Even the people there, man, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. Y'all didn't want to see what I was going to turn into if I would have stayed.
Yeah, no, facts.
But you get to see the multiple sides, how vast the human being actually can be. You know what I mean? Like you said, you was in band and you was selling dope. But like some of that was for survival. I do this show, man, also for people to be able to see, like quit putting these stereotypes on people, man. When I had Marley sitting here with me, I showed her video first. I could watch the numbers go down and people turning it off. You know, and it was probably people that was, you know, you really too good. God might want you to watch that.
Yeah,
so you can see.
Real, yeah.
So you can see that this girl go to church probably more than some of y'all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like this is like just a part of her.
Yeah,
you know
it's a
what
piece
I mean?
of her.
Yeah, it's a piece of
That's
her.
Not the
it's
whole
pieces,
picture.
Yeah, it's pieces of some of these people, man, that turned it off. That you be hiding it and you don't want nobody to know about it. You know what I mean?
I can relate to that.
Yeah, man. So like it's like accept these people, man. You might find it's literally, man, people that are so religious that they will look at a Marley Caprice, they will look at a Cyphersick, and they look at you like, I can't learn nothing from him.
I already know.
He can't teach me nothing. You know what I mean? And you are foul. You are wrong. You know what I'm saying, man? When I opened up my mind and my heart to people, man, I really started. It was the beginning of wisdom. What is your take on wisdom? What's your quote that I grabbed off your page?
Yeah, that quote is the highest form of wisdom is to still painful experience.
Woo!
And what that means for me, and what it's meant for me since I first heard that, is that all of the pain that we go through in this life, just being human beings on this planet, is where we're going to get most of our most valuable lessons from.
Yeah.
And I actually had felt that way before I saw that quote. So that's why when I first found it, it was meant for me, because I was like, man, this is crazy. Because I feel like pain has been my greatest teacher.
Yeah.
Like, has it been one of my greatest challenges? Absolutely. Probably has been my greatest challenge, overcoming the pain of just everything I've been through internally, externally.
Yeah.
I'm talking about physical pain, mental pain, you know what I'm saying? Everything. But I learned so much from it. It elevated my way of thinking, and it could have went the other way. So I'm grateful that the pain, the lessons I learned from that pain didn't send me down a darker path than what I was already on. Because I was already on a path of self-destruction with what I was doing, but I was a product of my environment.
Yes.
And since I realized that, I was able to unlearn what I had learned and kind of like, okay, you know what? Let me try to pivot and do it a little different.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who think you can't change. People think that some people can't change. Like, you can change if you want to.
Yes.
It's a desire, and it's an everyday choice. It ain't like I just woke up one day and I was this version of me. Like, I've always been myself. But this version that you sitting here with and that the viewer's seeing, like, I have to choose to be him every day.
This is an intentional version.
This is an intentional version of me. Like, I'm not reacting to anything. I was a very reactive person. So now I want to be more proactive.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. Waking up every day, choosing life, choosing to not be depressed, and choosing to, if I am depressed, to not give in to depression. Because I think I still have like depressive waves that come, but I don't let those, they don't roll over me anymore.
Right.
I haven't thought about suicide in years. I'd say probably since 2014.
Congratulations.
Like, literally, like I have not had a single thought or action in that direction since 2014. And a big part of it was the people that God put in my life.
Yeah.
So, like, to your point about church people, like, I grew up in the church heavy. I grew up Southern Baptist, and I also was in Church of God in Christ.
Okay.
So I seen a couple things.
Kojic?
Yeah, I was Kojic too. So I see it's a nice lot of politics in there.
Yeah.
So
it's gangbanging.
That's a whole nother game. So but I get it. It's like having all those different experiences, seeing it from the political, religious side of things, the spiritual side of things, seeing it from the street side, all of those different pain, because I had pain in every aspect of that. Like, church is a big part of trauma for me too, because I believe in God strongly. I love God. I know He loves me, but just the practices that go on sometimes can push people away. So I can hear your testimony without you even saying it.
Man.
So all those different painful experiences taught me to not only open up my mind, but open up my heart to people, like you said. So I got sent people to be my support system that keep me on the swivel.
Yeah.
So if I feel like I'm slipping, they're going to check it instantly. Oh, no, Brandon. Whatever they know me by, Brandon, Bishop, Cypher, however you met me, those people have been put in my life to make sure that I stay on the swivel.
Yeah.
To make sure I stay on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done came too far. I done did too much. God has been too good to me. There's no reason for me to give into my anger, to give into any dark thoughts of suicide, to give into any thoughts of depression. Like, I've already won. I've already come out, like, and I made it off the low end. Like, I literally never thought I would make it out that neighborhood.
No, bro. No, because a lot of people didn't.
A lot of people didn't.
No, man, I drove a church bus over there, bro. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't wear a tie, bro. I used to pick up Sister Marsha, man. Sister Marsha lived on 43rd, bro. On 43rd, right off of state. She had her son Bobby, who's a state trooper now, man. And it was a bunch of them, man. She used to bring all the kids out of the house with her. And I drove a bus, dude. We was in Gary. I drove a bus from Gary to Chicago because they wanted to go to church. But bro, it was time. I didn't like wearing ties, but bro, I was wearing a tie because I wanted them to know, like, I'm not on that.
Well, I'm not on that.
I'm
trying to distinguish yourself.
Bro, I didn't been in what's the projects over on 100 and 130 or something.
That's the Gardens. All their Gardens.
I've been over there. And bro, they looking, bro. I'm driving a 15-passenger van. They looking at me like,
they definitely gonna look. I ain't gonna lie. The Gardens tough. The Gardens tough, man. I remember my first experience. First time I ever went to the Gardens, man. I actually went over there with Felicia Miller. Salute to her. She's one of the biggest proponents of my career back in the day. She gave me a lot of shows when I was younger.
Okay.
And she's like a mother figure to me. It has been. So salute to her. But I remember the first time I went over there with her was for one of her, she does a lot of like philanthropy and charity stuff too, giving back to the community. She was doing an event over there with, I forgot, it was some other lady she was working with, one of her partners, but they were like giving out stuff to the kids and the people out there in Ardell Gardens. And it was just like, man, it was something happened. It was like a fight or something happened over there, like down the way from where we was at. and everybody in the complex went over there. I'm talking about it was like a sea of people, and they was all going over there on business. Like I was like, oh, somebody finna get hurt.
Right.
We finna get up out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They don't play.
Take me back to the low end, man.
Bro,
I'm
they
going
don't
back
play,
to the
man.
hood,
I would pick up people over there, man. They'd be like, "So, Brother Ron, somebody just got killed yesterday." I'm like, "Word, let's hurry up and leave."
Right, let's go ahead and pull off, man.
Go, hurry up, get in here. They'll be talking about you got to run back and get your brother or whatever. He's staying. I'm going.
Man,
bro. But yeah, man. The religious experience that you talk about, man. I've been through that, man, and I'm glad that that not this, and it's no knock, man, to anybody that's still in it. Everybody has their path, man. It's just sometimes we close our minds and our hearts to maybe God ain't taking this person that way. You know what I'm saying?
I think I got a different ministry now. I think that's what's so crazy, and that's why I love it. Because for me, this is my ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm saving lives and souls this way because I'm showing people that they don't have to give in to their darker impulses.
Yeah.
Like I'm a living example of going through a bunch of different things on both sides of the spectrum, as they call it in church, you know, the world.
Yeah.
I done been deep out in the world.
Yeah.
I done seen some stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done seen some stuff and been a part of some stuff, but then I also have been in one of those people who went to church 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Wednesday Bible study or Thursday Bible study, Sunday school.
I
was a junior deacon.
Oh, really?
So I was a deacon, and then I actually was ordained to be a minister.
Really?
Like I was supposed to. I've been prophesied to be a minister.
Really?
And they felt like I was running away from that, so I kind of pivoted, and I was like, well, maybe it's not in the way that y'all, want it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that the church itself is not this building.
Yeah.
It's the people.
It's the people.
So if I'm still out here telling the people to love God, love each other, you know what I'm saying, treat each other right, and then also continue to elevate yourself spiritually and mentally, then I feel like I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to stay within the confines of what the practice, because religion is just a routine.
Yeah.
By definition, that's what religion is.
Really?
It's a routine.
Okay.
Me brushing my teeth and washing my taking a shower is a routine.
Yeah.
Putting our clothes on every day and going to work, that's a routine. That's all religion.
Yeah.
Now hip hop is my religion.
Yeah.
So it's not about, being,
that's your routine, and
that's my routine.
A lot of people look at that as sacrilegious, but it's not. That's your routine. It's bad, man, because I like
it's dogma, man.
It is, man. It really is, man. Like we recited one plant, one waters, but it's God that gives the increase, bro. You could be the planter. You might be the waterer of somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know why
the caretaker of the garden.
The caretaker, bro. I don't know why people think we all have to be the same things. And if they look at you and say, "Well, he's sinning," so are you. When you sit down to the table
born in sin, man.
Every Sunday when you overeat.
Right. That's gluttony. If you thought about that girl and them pants look too good, that's lust. You know what I'm saying? If you mad at your boss because they give you that raise, that's wrath, because you might go punch him or something. So it's like we all are fallible. So we all have fallacies. That's one of Henry's favorite things to say, is that cuz we all have fallacies.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. We all fall, and they say in church, we all fall short of the grace of God.
Yeah.
So
I think fall shorter.
Right, but we fall shorter though. I think we just realer. That's all it is. It's more down to earth, because a lot of like I said, I love God, and like you said, it's not a knock to anybody in the church life on a regular routine. But what it is that when you kind of sit so high up that you only see people beneath you, you lose perspective.
Man.
You lose perspective.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to, like, Jesus was down in the trenches with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So that he was in the mud with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's different.
How do people not understand this? I literally was saying the other day, man, like I was like that people really don't understand what this is supposed to be like, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you said, he was down there with them, man. He was hanging out with the people that you look down upon.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really telling them, bro, look, let me tell you what. The Bible don't talk about gang banging. It might say something about pimping or hoeing. It did talk about hoeing, because hoeing been around.
That's like the biggest industry ever. You know what I'm saying?
Hoeing, it's been hoes, age-old hoes. It's been family lines of hoes.
Methuselah era hoes. You know what I'm talking about?
But so it talks about that. But man, one of the main things he hit is pride, bro. He hated.
Yeah.
And some of y'all, man, that's y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and knock you for it. I'm telling you what it say.
Yeah.
But pride is ugly, man. And some people
pride
really
coming from the fall.
Man. And some people will literally sit up there with all this pride, man, and look down on you because you doing this, and that. And you really might be out here. You saving more, not might be. You saved more lives than you have.
Yeah.
Then how you gonna sit here and talk about him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His Cyphersick is over here being a real deacon.
I mean, I'm telling
It's
you,
not
man.
a social club.
It's not a social club, you know, and
yeah.
that's why it's funny because they also had that stigma on me because my last name was Bishop.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've like had my family verbatim even tell me this, so it
Really,
ain't like
really?
it's like something I'm assuming. They like, well, I mean, your last name was Bishop, so of course they had high expectations for you in the church.
Right.
They thought I was gonna be a bishop. They used to call me Bishop. Like they used to try to manifest that. So I feel like I am that, but it's just in this hip hop space. It's in this media space. And I think it gets kind of lost in translation with the entertainment. But I'm starting to see the gap being bridged because like one of my big father figures, salute to Big Derek, like he came into my life and kind of just filled the gap when my dad was absentee. So I really look at him like he my pops. Honestly.
Okay.
He literally recently has been just tapping into my music, bro. And I'm talking about some of the most raunchiest songs, most grimiest songs. And he's like a real firm like believer in God. He's a minister, you know, it's an ordained minister and everything. But he's down to earth though. Like he's a real, like because he come from the same thing. He grew up on the east side. He grew up in South Chicago. So he was in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? He was a GD. Like he carried a gun. He sold dope. Like before he gave his life to God, and he never forgot that. So even though he chose to better himself, even though he elevated his mental and spiritual, you know what I'm saying, well-being, he still remembers where he came from. So when he looks at me now and looks what I do and looks at what I'm doing with music, he gives me all the props and applause. One, because he feels like I have the prowess too. Like you say, he feel like the bars is there, but he's not looking at it like, oh, I'm just being of the world like a lot of church people would. Because I gotta be in the world to do what I'm doing, but we all gotta be in the world to do what we doing.
We
like,
all do, man.
We can't escape this planet, bro.
Yeah, we can't, man. So we still, and y'all don't get me wrong, we still need the structure of the church. It's great.
Absolutely.
You still need that structure, but you also have
a counterbalance.
Man. You have these people. You're gonna have your Peters, man, that's just ready to go at it, but they still out here. They're getting at people, man. I'm down on your level, man. Cause like it's me, man. I just felt like I had done so much dirt. I still go to church, man, but sometimes I felt in my life, man, I was just grimy, man. So I was like, I can't just be coming up here.
I haven't been an active member at a church on a roster for years, but when the spirit hits me, I definitely go. Like when I feel like there are times where I feel like I need to go. And I do. Because there's something there, and that's what it's supposed to be about, right? Like we're supposed to get fed, right? They say getting fed the word. When I'm hungry for that, then I go seek it. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I'm hungry for this the prowess of this hip hop and music industry. I'm at the shows. Like I go out to support other artists because I want y'all to feed me. It's not about Cypher hitting the stage. It's about me coming to support you because I want to see your presentation and hear your story, feel your pain and relate to you, and then let that feed me too. So I just go whenever that mood strikes me. And I know some people don't like that because I got people in my family that even like, oh, well, you need to get back on a roster for the cover. And I'm like, I'm definitely covered. Because the stuff I done been through in my life, there's no way that he just took his hands off of me.
The word is living and breathing in my life.
Yeah, ain't no way I ain't got no covering because I just been in too many situations. Bro.
So Nikki, what's up? We got a lot of people checking in, man. Thank you to the chat, man. I got a couple things that I want to get at. First of all, my homegirl Nicole the Ingram. With LuxLink, man. AI. Check this out. That's what's up, man. Man, y'all don't realize what AI can do for you. I'll tell you what AI did for me. Cyphersick is a writer. I'm not a writer. I don't write. So all of my Nicole Ingram actually taught me how to use AI to title my shows and put descriptions of my shows. And it's done wonders for me, man, because I used to be so stressed out about that. So even if you think that you might be able to use AI, man, y'all hit her up, man, give her a call because she can absolutely help you out. It's not just like, oh, Fortune 500 business consulting. It's small business too. Check her out, man. She can help you out straight up. Also, man, I got to plug myself, man. Look here. Y'all watching through Facebook, man. Shut it down now. Hit this link right here, man. Y'all go over to the YouTube. I need these subscribers. 2024, I might pay YouTube to get more subscribers. I've just been trying not to. So if you over on Facebook, man, please subscribe, man. We got Cyphersick today. We're going to have Henny on the Rocks hopefully next week, man. So y'all check us out, man. I don't even know if y'all can hear me.
He says the mic still
hot.
Y'all, right. Check.
Y'all go check me out, man. If you on Facebook right now, man, please go over to YouTube, subscribe to that YouTube, hit that bell, man. It's always gonna be some interesting content that the VNO is gonna bring to you, man. We got live shows coming this year. I'm gonna have more rappers on, man. I'm telling these rappers that they are coming on the VNO just because, I'm gonna just make you. I'm gonna use my charm, and I'm gonna have you in the studio.
Hey, we manifesting. That's all. We just manifesting.
That's it, man. That's it, man. And this conversation is blowing me, man. I have to go back and watch this, bro, because you've dropped so many gems today, man.
Thank
so
you,
many
man.
bars, bro. You are so intelligent, man. I love black male intelligence, man, because we totally get painted different in media.
And what's crazy is I can see why, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, being totally honest, when I look at how they paint us in the media, I'm like, bro, I see why other cultures hate us sometimes. Because we got homies that are the example that they try to paint all of us as. Yes. It's like, come on, bro. Like, everybody's not gonna be a philosopher. Everybody's not gonna be like a intellectual, quote unquote. So I'm not asking that, but I just ask for people to think.
Yes.
And I feel like, just use your brain a little bit more. Every day, even if it's just a little bit every day, challenge yourself. Try to learn something new. Train yourself to do something new. Open up your perspective to something that you're closed-minded to currently. Okay. If you can do any of those things, then you're going to be elevating yourself mentally. And it's going to be organic. It's going to be contagious.
Yes, no doubt, man. No doubt. And I'm with you, man. Everybody can't be an intellectual. Everybody can't be a deep thinker. But also, man, I hate that sometimes, like you said, man, education was important in your household.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that don't get highlighted all the time. You know what
Definitely
I mean? Like,
not.
they just think you in the hood, so, everybody just flunking school. And I love Chicago for the fact that I've talked to so many kids from Chicago, man. The reason that Chicago is so prolific in the arts, man, is because they do, through their school system, we always highlight the bad. We always highlight the bad. But they really are feeding the artistic talents of a lot of these kids in Chicago, man.
Definitely. With dance, music, drama.
Man.
Like I said, I've even done stage plays before. Like I've done stage. I played Daddy Warbucks at the school play.
Bro?
Yeah, we had two shows. We had one in the morning, one at night, and I played Daddy Warbucks. That's when I was like probably like 6th or 7th grade, I think.
Oh, that's dope.
I've also done oratory. Like I've gone regional to the academic Olympics, like for speech.
Wow.
Like I did the Martin Luther King speech. Wow. I've done the Booker T. Washington speech. Like I've done, like, bro, when it comes to anything that's verbal or written, I've been trained to do this. That's why I say like my music creation process is different because even before I transitioned into rap and hip hop, I was already prolific with that because they've been molding me since I was a kid. So I guess that in a sense, that's always been an outlet for me.
Right.
Even before I like really noticed what it was going on, it was just me doing stuff in school as far as I was concerned. I was doing it because it made my grandma happy and it made my teachers happy. Like, it's like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Right. But for me now, looking back on it, in hindsight, I'm like, dude, that was getting me ready for the stage that I'm on now.
Yes, man. It was feeding you, man. I love it. I love it, bro. Let's go ahead, man. Before we run out of time, bro, we gotta highlight Legion of Doom, man.
Yes, sir.
We gotta highlight Legion of Doom. Let's see, I got it right there, man. And y'all go on Spotify, Apple Music.
Yes, on everything.
Spotify, man. On everything.
Tidal, Deezer, Amazon Music, wherever.
Deezer, I ain't heard of Deezer.
Yeah, see, that's a deep cut. You gotta really know about that one. Like, look, anywhere you can find your favorite artist that has a deal, you can find Cyphersick and Henny on the Rocks, Legion of Doom EP, man.
Yes. What I like to do, man, is y'all go ahead right now, man. If you're not watching this on your phone or whatever else you got, man, please go to Spotify right now. Subscribe as a listener to Cyphersick, man. Check out that album. Even if you're not going to listen to it, how about we just support each other?
And add it to your playlist, please. Yes. All of that counts to keep me in the algorithm.
Really, it does? Oh, man, you to the playlist, man.
When you subscribe as a listener, it's just like on YouTube where you can like and subscribe, but they also tell you to hit the notification bell.
Okay.
So adding me to your playlist is like, hitting that notification bell because it's going to keep me in the algorithm because Spotify sees like, oh, Ron added Legion of Doom to his playlist, and now that's in there with Jay-Z and Nas or whatever else you listening to, and then that puts me on those radios with them as well.
Oh, I'm doing it.
It'll put my music in the mix with them on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it, man, because I see the numbers, and it's sad, man, because y'all are so dope, man. A lot of these local, bro, I love Stretch, man. Bro, Luch is my guy, man.
Another low-end legend, man.
Bro, I love
Luch,
bro.
Man.
I was
Stretch, man, from the
and
heights.
Stretch, bro. Like Troach too, man. Troach, Treble. Like, bro, I've added all of them on Spotify. I gotta add Cash Go Crazy on Spotify.
Yeah, definitely.
Man. I didn't know because that's my medium. I listen to Spotify, but now I know I'm gonna create a whole playlist just because of that.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You can put all of us on there. That's gonna help everybody, man.
Yeah.
And definitely salute to that's like a really, really, really good friend of mine, Cash Go Crazy, man. She's one of my biggest supporters and anchors this year.
Yeah.
We try to keep each other grounded, and man, she just dropped a project. You know what I'm saying? Last year, Cash Out, man, that was her debut project. So make sure y'all go stream and support Cash Go Crazy.
I'm on it. Cash Go Crazy. I'm on it. If you say hi to me right now in the chat, I'm going to Spotify.
Legion of Doom, yeah.
That's how thirsty I am.
You already know, girl. You know what's up here, girl.
If you hold on, let me see if she do it. Because if
you are now watching the Legion of Doom, man.
But straight up, man, I'm going to now that I'm glad that you told me that, man. Yes, y'all, please go check out Legion of Doom. What other albums do you? Because that's what Henny.
Yeah, that's what Henny. That's our collab. So Legion of Doom is the last piece of a 3-part like interconnected story because I dropped 3 EPs last year. First one was My Time. That was with super producer 2 Official.
Okay.
That was just to show people that it was, like I said, it's my time. It's my time in this rap era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to pass me the baton.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to go crazy. And I'm about to kick in these doors in the industry for all of us. Like I'm doing this for me and mine, but that includes this entire circuit.
Yeah, bro.
Because Chicago been closed off too long. So that's, and the production on that was like just to bring that essence of hip hop back. Yes. Salute to Queen J. Ashari, that essence of hip hop. Make sure y'all stream that too.
Queen J. Queen Ari.
Queen Ari and Queen J. Ashari.
Okay, man, Queen J. Ashari is okay.
She's
I know
hip hop artist, and Queen Ari.
Queen Ari is
she's like our resident R&B extravaganza. Like it's like when she sings, it moves everybody in the room.
Man,
like so that's what's so dope about her. And I want to open up the doors for all of these artists. So My Time was about that. 43rd was it was kind of like a half and half. It was a origin story, but then also kind of showing you where that origin has brought us to the present day.
Okay.
So that's what that EP was about. And Legion of Doom was pretty much the last piece of that story because me and Henny have been planning on doing that project for years.
Really?
Yeah, I had a mixtape back in the day called Legion of Doom.
Okay.
And he wasn't on it, but it was like a bunch of other artists I had been working with that year.
Yeah.
And he was like so taken by the concept. He was like, bro, we need to redo that. We need to rehash that.
Okay.
And then we kind of like put our own spin on it because, you know, like we big into comics, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, the main leaders of Legion of Doom in DC Comics is, you know, Lex Luthor and Brainiac.
Yeah.
So Lex Luthor, you know what I'm saying, being you know, the Apex Lex, the Apex Predator, you know what I'm saying, he's a 12th level genius. That's me.
Okay.
And then, you know, he's the God Machine. You know what I'm saying? That's Brainiac, because the way he computes his rhymes is just next level. So we had to give him something that fit the mold. Because I'm like, bro, like the way you write and the way you structure your verses and your songs is crazy. And the way you structure your beats is crazy.
Bro, the beats, the way he raps, period. His voice.
His cadence, man, all of his nuts is different.
It's different, man. It's different. Man. I can't wait to have him on, man. It's been one, bro. Like, man, I appreciate you so much, man.
No, I appreciate you for having me, man.
What you got for us, man? I'm gonna do is it's not Sunday, it's Monday, but it's the beginning of the year, man. I started the year out right with Cyphersick. I asked you before you came on, man, if you had a little freestyle for us. So
yeah, I'll give y'all a little something.
Do you, man? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give y'all a little something.
Yeah.
See, it's the new year, 24. I'm on my Kobe shit, Mamba mentality. That mean I'm staying focused in when I'm locked in the studio, just like when I was in the kitchen whipping up with Julio. Yeah, you know, this shit ain't groovy though. We from the low end. All they do is crack smoke in, run in the crib smoking. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to stop the tears from falling. I remember being a child. I remember all the dreams of balling. Nowadays, I hit the stage and I rock the room. Cause you know what happens when you walk in, it's the Legion of Doom.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just me thinking right now, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's Big Tig on Rap City, the basement. Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
appreciate
talking
y'all,
about, man. That's what's up,
Thank
man.
you, Ron, for everything.
Man,
Thank you for having me.
man,
Bro.
no
Like, for real.
problem, bro. I can't wait, man, till all this. I can't wait till y'all hit the stratosphere, man. Like I don't know. I've seen things before they take off before.
Yeah.
I've been a part of things before they gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not exactly like music stuff, but I've seen businesses where you like, man, something different around here, man.
Yeah.
Like you could tell when things are just clicking. And it seems like, man, from Shop Talk and all the way around this network, man, I just seen the net with Maya the
That's
other
my
day.
dog, yeah.
Man, I just seen
her and Cash was with Maya, man. That was crazy.
Cash, man.
Yeah.
I seen Cash with Maya. I've seen, just from the little time I've been in here, man, I've seen Dennis and Monix just kind of elevate, man. They going. I've seen these hip hop versus R&B things, man, where it's
they hosting,
they hosting, man. They to the point, man, where like I just be like, man, I got to get on my stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you said, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
It just smells like something's about to happen.
Oh yeah, this 2024 is the year that we definitely gonna we're gonna break through. That's what me and everybody have been saying. Like that barrier, whatever that barrier is, and what we want is on the other side of it. We're gonna get to it this year. So everybody who's a part of this, we thank y'all. Like I said, we thank you, Ron, for like these opportunities to be on Views and Opinions, because all these platforms matter. When we're promoting each other's brands, we're building each other up together. Because we ain't got nobody from the top tier reaching down for us. Ain't none of these other big platforms reaching down trying to buy your platform, put you on their network yet. So we gonna get your network busting to where they gotta come offer you a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you better show up before we blow up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Bro, that's my saying now, man. Don't be trying to, if I call you, man, don't be trying to get on, you know what I'm saying, later, because it might be too late.
Right. And the price gonna be higher too.
Yeah, the price has changed. The price has changed. You can get on now, but then bro, it's been some people, man, that didn't play me, but that's
hey, that's how it go.
That's how it is.
I done got played before too,
come
man.
On, man.
Hey, we live and we learn, man.
You live and you learn.
You never get me a second time,
right? Fool me once, shame on you.
Right, exactly. Fool me twice, it's definitely shame on me, man.
Right. Yeah, man. But man, it's man. Ooh, I feel it, dude. I just got chills because I really feel like I don't know what's happening. Do it feel different to you?
Oh no, it does. Mainly, it feels different because unlike a lot of people I met this year who just started like within the last year, I've been doing this since I was 14. Like I said, I was with Dub Life Entertainment. Salute to Luch, the spokesman, and Dub Life Entertainment. He introduced me to the circuit. So a lot of people like Beats, Sinatris. I've been knowing these guys for years, and I watched them elevate to become who they are today.
Right.
So now it's totally different. The Chicago music scene, it was never like that back then.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? The access that we have to things. We didn't have My Radio Chicago 8 years ago.
Shout out to Blizz, man.
So salute to Shy Blizz, man.
Salute to Shy Blizz, man.
And just what he's doing, giving us that home base. You know what I'm saying? Having access to Shop Talk and Convos in Chicago and the Honest Hours. You know what I'm saying? All the different shows and the platforms that he's given us, bro. Like, it's totally different. It was never like this before. I didn't have opportunities to do out-of-town shows. Blizz took us to Houston and gave us 3 immaculate venues. You know what I'm saying? Now we got other plans.
Y'all standing like a mansion down there, man. I see. I was mad I didn't go.
We had like a big crib on North Houston. And that was a collaborative effort. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me, Cash, Dub, Queen, Marley, we all just came together and made that happen.
Wow.
So that's why I say we stronger together than apart. Because
man.
We all doing this off our own pocket. Our budgets is fresh out our pockets. It's like the re-up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to come out our own money and go back to the store for that for them drugs.
We all got jobs right now, man. But you know what? That 2-week notice is coming, boss.
Quick. Because my bosses know it too. That's the crazy thing. My boss told me, if you keep doing what you're doing, I'm expecting you, because they know I do music. They know what's going on.
But
bro.
You don't just do it. What I'm saying, man, is I see a level of professionalism. That this is what I see. It's a lot of people, man. I've known, bro, my man Terry Peak, man, which I got to introduce y'all so you could do something there. Vicious, they call him.
Vicious.
Vicious. He got a spot over on Broadway, right down the street from Joe's. Right down the street, Fatso's Pub.
Oh yeah, Fatso's. I know about Fatso's.
Bro, he sat right in that chair and he told me, he said, bro, I'm the one who put Gibbs in the studio. He said, but like he took it serious and we didn't. He said
Right.
he saw him moving, and bro, like seriously, when
Freddie Gibbs, yeah.
he put Gibbs. He said, man, because Gibbs went to Westside. He grew up in Gary.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah, and so he
Yeah.
said, I'm the one who put him in the studio. He said, I asked him, so like, how come he made it? Because he was telling me, man, about going down to Houston, bro, going down to Atlanta. He said he was down there rapping with T.I. He said he was there. He said Tiny came up to him and was like, we here to see Tip. And he said, at the time, I didn't even know who Tip was. He said, but when he got on the stage, I knew who he was.
Yeah, exactly.
He said and so he told me all these stories, and I was like, what happened? He's like, man, I came back to Gary's. My grandma wanted to be home, or he said his grandma was sick. And I was like, so what was the difference, between, you and Gibbs? He's like, man, he said when he first got with us, he wasn't the best rapper. He said, but it was how he went about the business side of it, how he went about promoting himself. And bro, that's what I see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what, when I look at all of y'all, man, when I see Cash go crazy up at Power 92, I see you up at Power 92. I see I think I might have seen Tro's Treble. I seen all
yeah,
of
they
them,
all
man.
we all been Queen Ari,
Queen
Holly D
Ari.
Bars.
Bro, Queen Ari was just on Channel 7, man, singing for the families of all these women that's they got lost. Man, we about to get out of here, but y'all, man, you ladies, be careful out there, man, because some crazy cat is out here, man, taking ladies and
it's been a lot of that going on. So definitely protect your energy, protect yourselves, watch your surroundings, ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Please,
and us men, man, let's keep protecting our beautiful women, man. Let's keep being they safe havens, man, and being on top of them about those things too, man.
No doubt, not just on top of them, just
not just on top of them. Hey, I just threw the alley-oop and didn't even know. That's crazy.
On top
That's
of them,
crazy,
fellas. No, Cyphersick told me to get on top of you.
Right? Look.
No, he didn't.
We ain't doing the cancel Cyphersick movement today. We just getting started. I can't get canceled yet. Let me make it first. Let me make it so I got something to fight it first. You know what I'm
talking about? No doubt, man. Man, it's been real, man. It's not Sunday, but I don't care, man. It's the start of the new year. I'm gonna end it on a good note, man. Not that the whole thing hasn't been good, but I'm dropping these little lyrics, man. I always like to sing a little bit, and so since it's my platform and nobody else will let me sing, what we got, man? A little something inspirational. You did not create me to worry. You did not create me to fear, but you created me to worship daily. So I'ma leave it all right here. Hey, man, V&O.
Hey.
Y'all have a good one, man. Happy New Year.
Salute. Happy New Year, y'all.
Yes, sir.
It did say you was an artist.
But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? And we're just waiting in line to wake up? And most people think I'm insane. Once you realize that all the shit you used to care so much about just keeps you a prisoner of your own mind.